After writing few notes, we'll create one or two example. In that we'll understand whichever the notes we will be writing, will it be right or wrong, it's valid or invalid. Then from tomorrow, you require the system to write the code along with me. Okay, so let's go ahead. You can make a note in your system, maybe anything, whichever you are using, either laptop or desktop or notebook, anywhere you can make a note. Okay, so I have a file called HTML developer guide. In this HTML developer guide, I will be writing the very parts and all. Yesterday, what you have seen, that was this. We have understood on this part is how the data flow will happen in web application, front end and back end, how connectivity will be, how HTML, CSS and all work together. Okay. Next. Next, we have to make a note, few points that you can see in this structure. First is HTML, that is dealing with the browser as well as dealing with the CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript and everywhere. First point comes for the HTML. So in HTML, few important points are there. Before writing the code, we need to know that, we need to remember that before writing the code, that understanding is required. So I'll come to the my developer guide, and in that we'll make a note. You can also write the note in your notebook. HTML, when you say HTML, you have seen some theory from internet, multiple type of videos you may have seen, right? I will not go to the history when it started, who wrote. We will be learning why wrote and what wrote, okay? And what you are going to use, where you are going to use, what is inside, when we are going to learn it, how we are going to learn. Okay? So those things. So we can write, definitely it's called hypertext markup language that you have seen on internet. Hypertext markup language. Okay, now the full form of the HTML is hypertext markup language. Now inside this hypertext markup language, what we will be learning about, okay? You can write, it has collections of predefined tags. HTML, when we say yes, HTML, or when we say I have knowledge on HTML, or a person says I know HTML, I'm going to learn HTML. So what you are going to learn in HTML? So it says like HTML is all about the tags. Tags is something that we are going to discuss, and that is not made by us, it's made by someone else who has written the HTML. They have written these tags. Now, what is the use of the tags? When it says it has a collections of tags, then what is the use of the tags? Okay. What is the use of the tags? So we can write it, the HTML tags used to create, HTML tag used to create basic web page. Using HTML tag, you can create the basic web page. Then question is, when you are creating the web page, what is the use of the web page? Why we create the web page? Okay, the HTML tag used to create the basic web page. Now, definitely through the web page, you are going to display some information on internet. You are going to display some information to user. You are going to collect some information from users. Okay, that is the purpose of web page. In the least cost, you want to display your information to entire world. Then in that case, we use the web technology. Web technology, why people prefer? Because they wanted to display their information to the entire world in the very cheap cost, in the less cost. Okay. Compared to other medium, it will be cheaper. Because of that, we use the web technology and we create the web page. Now, when you say like collection of tags are there and using the tag, we are going to create the web page. Few more lines is important to write below. What is that? The HTML tags communicate with the browser. Communicate with the browser. The HTML tags communicate with the browser for what purpose? What it communicate? Okay. Communicate with the browser. Number one, to display information to user. Okay, the HTML tag communicate with the browser. While communicating with the browser, what it do? What it do while communicating with the browser? Okay, so to display some information to user. Okay, used to display some information to user. Right after that, next one, like suppose you are creating a web page. Through web page, you will display some information to user. So when you are displaying some information to user, what work behind? What technology work? HTML will work. But again, inside HTML, what is that? It's called as a tag. HTML tag will help you to display your information to user. Okay. And again, HTML tag only to receive information from user. Information from user. When you want the user should enter their details, then again HTML tag is responsible to collect the information from user. When you want to display some information to user, HTML tag is responsible for that purpose. Okay. So clean answer came. What is that? Using HTML, what we'll do? We create a web page. While creating the web page, what play the major role? Tags. That's called as a tags. Using the tag, what we do? We communicate with the browser. For what purpose? Sometimes we send some information to user. Sometimes we collect some information from user. But the browser will be platform where HTML tag will execute. User interaction will happen to the browser, and at the same browser, HTML execution will also happen. HTML will produce your information and HTML will be collecting the information from user. So their tag is going to play the major important role. Whichever the website you have seen till date in your career, right till now, everywhere HTML plays a role. For what purpose? To display the information and to collect the information. So that point I am leaving there. I'll come down further. Okay. So we got some idea through HTML. We can create the basic page. Their tags will be there. Now tag is going to come to the next point. Tag is going to come to the next point. Okay. What is the meaning of tags? What is the meaning of tags? Okay. So it says like when we write something like this, it's called as a tag. And when we write something like this, it is also called as a tag, also part of the tag. But the first what you have written, it is called as a open tag. Open tag. And what second you have written, it's called as a close tag. Open tag as well as close tag. Open tag will be without slash and close tag will be with slash. We can write our own tag also. That will also come in angle bracket only. That with angle bracket, without slash, it's called as a open, and with slash, it's called as a close. User defined tag, predefined tag, every type of tag we can write like this. Okay. So this is called as a tag, how the tag will look like. Now come down. Next point says, when we are talking about the tags and when we are going to create a web page, so in one page, how many type of information you can display? In one page, we can display different type of information. Text, number, audio, video, image, right? Then same text in different formats, same image in different styles, same video in different style, combination of audio, video, and image, right? You can say under the web page, you are going to display different type of content. So when you say you are going to display different type of content, then will the tag will remain same or the tag will be different? Right? That is logical question. When we go to market to buy some vegetable, we carry the bag according to materials. What you are going to buy? You are going to buy the rice, you carry the strong bag. You are going to buy the potato, 1 kg, 2 kg, you carry the bag accordingly. Right? So here the learning the HTML tags is nothing but according to your content, you are going to choose the container. Tag is nothing but it's kind of a container. Okay, is a container. Using that container, you are going to produce your information in the web. Assume you want to display one photo in the web page. So to display the photo, we have a different tag. To display one kind of video, we have a different tag. To display some 3-line, 4-line of text, we have a different tag. All the tags are not similar. All the tags are of different. So understanding is important. Now, suppose there is a lot of tag in HTML, maybe 500 tags will be there. So assume if the 500 tags are there in HTML, will all the tags are similar type or it has a different category also? It has different type of also, right? So that we will be understanding in such a way where, right, 6 points we have, that 6 point will make you very clear after looking into the code from W3 or after looking into the code from the YouTube. At least you can understand, okay, what he has written and why he has written slash, why he has not written slash. Okay, those points you will understand easily, and we will be writing some notes and will be keep connecting you from the day-to-day life website. We'll open some website, we'll guide you. Okay, see here, it's like this, it's come under this category and all. Okay. So come to the next point. And since there is a lot of tag in HTML, so how to learn in such a way where easily we can understand in the less time, we can understand almost all type of tag. Okay. So for that, we have to go on little inner level part. We have to look into little rule regulation. So I'll write here, when we say we have a collections of tag, then what are the type of tags? What are type of tags in HTML? What are the type of tags we have in HTML? Okay, what are the type of tag we have in HTML? So it says like, you can write number 1. Okay. Now, before writing any line, look into your day-to-day life example. When you go to the Gmail, what you do in the Gmail? You write an email to someone. While writing the email, we enter to whom you want to send, what is the subject line, what is the message, we attach the file, and then we send it. So when you are writing the email, it's become the input for you. You are giving different type of input. When the email will get delivered to someone, when he will open your inbox, then it will become the output for him. When you go to the Facebook, you upload one photo, birthday photo, something. So that becomes the input for you. Your friend will see the photo in the WhatsApp, Facebook. That become the output for him. When you go to the Flipkart, you see the product photos, everything. Someone has uploaded the photo, right? So whoever has vendor has uploaded the photo, for them it becomes a input. Customer who are buying the product, for them it becomes a output. When I upload the video in the channel, then while uploading, it asks multiple input. What is the video title? What topic it is? Which category? Which batch? It's a published or unpublished. Then it asks like it's a private or public. So all the input I need to give, I need to write the description for the video and all. After that, I upload it. In some time, it will become a live. Then our student will watch. So when I am uploading the video, for me, it's called as input. When the people watch the video in YouTube, that's called as a output, right? So till date, whichever the website you have browsed, just you look into the very clearly what you have done in the website. Either you have given the input or you have seen the output. Input or output, input or output. Any website I'm talking. Not any limited website. Any website. When you go to your, you can say, LinkedIn, what you do? You message to someone. Someone has message, you reply him. You chat with someone, right? In the WhatsApp, you chat with someone. What you do in that? You write the message, will go to him as output. He will write the message, will come to you as output. When you are writing the message, become the input for you. Where the message will display, that's become as a output, right? So overall, okay, overall, in till date, whichever the website you have gone through, you have gone through the two steps. One is called input and another one is called output. Input and output. Okay, 1 minute, okay. Hello, Akash, received or not? Okay. Okay. I'll forward again. I'll send through other email. Okay, that maybe that email maybe more load is there. No, it may take time to. So through the email, through the server, we send the email. In that, there will be huge email keep coming and going. So maybe sometime delay happen. I'll forward through other email. Okay, right. So let's go ahead. So it says like one tag we have, one category, one type of tag we have, that is called as input tags. And another type of tag we have, that is called as output tags. Input tag and output tag. Through input tag, what you do, whenever you collect any kind of information from user, that happens through the input tag category, input category tag. And when you display any kind of output, that happens through the output tag. Okay. So now I'll write one single line definition for this. What we do through the input tag, it used to collect information from user, input tag. And output tag, what it do, it used to display information to user. Through input tag, we collect information from user, and through output tag, we display information to user. Okay, but type of input will be different, and again type of output will be different. All the input is not similar, and all the output is also not similar. Input will be different, and output will also be different. But that is the next matter. Again, once we are coming to implement, then we'll write how many type of input tag we have and how many type of output tag. So all the tags you categorize into two parts, input and output. Now next, implementation point of view. When you are implementing these tags, how the tag behave. Okay, how the tag behave. There the term will come as a responsive web design and browser dependency. Two words will come. So I'll write the next point, that is called third one. Third one. What is the third one? Okay. For third one, I will write under the behavior of tags. The behavior of tags. Third point, I will write under the behavior of tags. Okay, the behavior of tags. So what you will write under the behavior of tags? You will write like this. First you see one line of example, and then I'll write the theory for that. Example, like suppose when I write like this, okay, I should write first name. DEPENDENT, dependent tag, one. And another one is called, fourth point is called independent tag. Independent tag. Dependent tag as well as independent tag. Now when I look into the dependent tag, before writing a line of theory, look at this point. Suppose on internet, definitely everyone have tried to read the HTML from here there. You may have find this line like this. HTML, even I have written in the beginning, without slash, within angle bracket, it's called as a open. So here HTML we wrote, and it is within angle bracket. Now when I go here, write slash HTML, then that becomes a close. With slash is called close, and without slash is called a open. Not only this, some other tag also you may have seen. Body tag you might have seen open, and body tag you might have seen called a close. These all are called predefined tag. Assume like you have not seen the HTML code. Assume ABC is open and ABC is closed. So you can see one side the tag is opened without slash, another side tag is closed with slash. So from today onwards, whichever the tag you are going to see, you are going to write, you are going to use, the tag, if the tag is open one side and tag is closed another side, okay, those all come under this category. That is called a dependent category. It will be under the input tag also, and it will be under the output tag also. In input tag also, we can find some tag that will have only, that will have open and close. And in output tag also, you can find some tag that will have open and close. Okay. So whenever we see this kind of tag, we have to keep in mind, oh, this is called as a dependent tag. Now I'll write a single line definition. Those tags that has separate open and close. Those tags that has separate open and close. Those tags that has separate open and close. Those tag that has separate open and close. Those, I wrote something wrong here. Those tags that has separate open and close. That is called as what? Dependent tag. Then you will ask, if I open and I have not closed, what problem will happen? Problem will happen. Big problem will happen. What is that? Your CSS, your JavaScript, your Bootstrap, your you can say React, Angular, all are going to interact with the HTML. Interact is at front. Your browser is going to read the HTML. Your Google search engine, Google Analytics, multiple types of tools, multiple type of analytics part will get applied with HTML. Okay. Now, assume you have opened a tag and you have not closed the tag. And in fact, the tag is dependent tag. Then your document structure will be D structure. The page what you are creating, your page will not be well structured document. It will be as a D structured document. So what problem will come? In some browser, your page will work properly, and in some browser, page will not work properly. That's called as a browser dependent. Okay. When it will happen? If the tags are not properly open and closed. So that's called as a browser dependence problem, right? So that should not come when you are creating a page. On internet, people have freedom. Anyone can open your page in any type of browser, no matter, your page should be able to run. Okay. So to avoid that problem, we need to remember this. If the tag is dependent, it must has to open and close. Another type of tag we have, that is called as a independent tag. Independent tag. First, we'll write one or two example of independent tag, and then I'll write the theory one line. Okay. Now let me go here. Independent tag, how it look? Okay. Independent tag, how it look? You can say, assume a tag is open. For example, you might have seen on internet called BR tag. When you have looked into the dependent tag, you found while closing slash is in the beginning. While opening slash is not there. But when you look into the independent tag, what happen is, in beginning slash is not there, but slash got applied where? In the last. So this type of tag is called as a independent tag. Open and close together. Okay, open also as well as close also together. So even this tag is also called as a self-closing tag. Self-closing tag. Open and close together. Okay, open and close together. BR. I'll write one, two more tag from the HTML. Maybe you can write called the HR. You can write one tag called. You can write one tag called IMG. Correct? IMG. So this is called as a. This is called as a what type of tag? Independent tag. Even it has two ways to write. Okay, independent tag we can write using two ways. I have not written the first method because that is not going to support you with all the technology. But this is going to support you in all the technology. Now suppose on internet, you might have seen, plus you will see also when you look into the code, many people write like this. Many people write like this. Same thing, they will write without slash. Without slash. So what will happen in this case? In this case, tag is open. As you see here, tag is open. Here also tag is open. But how the browser, how your browser, how the DOM will understand that this tag is open and is closed or not? Your browser will be confused. The tag is open, but where is the closing of this? You are not instructing anything, saying like open and close together. So again, HTML will work, CSS will work, Bootstrap will work, JavaScript will work, jQuery will work. Even from the backend also multiple technology will work, but Angular and React will fail. In Angular and React, this line will not execute. Okay. So what will happen? Angular will give you the error saying like template parsing error. You have written the HTML, but it is not following the rules. It is not following the proper document structure. So this will become fail. It will give the error. Your page will stuck here. Where? Under the Angular. In React, it will say document structure fragment mismatch. It will fail the rule of JSX. We have a rule called JSX in React. So JSX rule will get fail for this. So in React also this line will not execute. But in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and jQuery plus some other language, it will work, right? So why can't we follow the something in such a way that will work in all the cases? So what you have written here on the top, this will work in all the cases, in all the technology, whereas this will get fail in few technology. So I will not suggest you to write that one. I will suggest you to write which method? This method. Now you will write a single line definition. What is that? Independent tag. Okay. Those tags that has open and close together. That has open and close together. Open and close together, it's called as a independent tag as well as self-closing tag. Both the name you can call by independent as well as self-closing. Independent as well as self-closing. Okay, so hope everyone is writing somewhere. See, I've told you yesterday also, right? Patience, time, correct? Patience, time, regularity, everything is important. Planning, everyone can do. Everyone want to touch the moon, but only those people can touch the moon who has proper planning, right? Simply joining 2 minute, 5 minute meeting cannot make you software developer. No? It's a waste of the time, right? Plan properly. If there is a time sufficient for 1 hour, 1.5 hour, not 1 hour, 1.5 hour, then only we should join the class. Else we should not join. Right? Some people will join for 10 minutes and they'll feel like, oh, this all I know. Right? Okay, let's go ahead. So next we are going to work on next line. Okay. So my formula is I don't start anything from middle. I start from where? Yes. Below the basic. This is below the basic. Where HTML start. Okay. Where HTML start. In that 10 line of theory, I don't write who wrote, when wrote. I don't know even who wrote. Okay. But why they wrote, we know that. Okay. How to use that, we know that. Okay. So this is the point for the developers, not for the lecturer. Okay. This, when you create an example, in that example, you will see this and all. You are going to write it. Okay. First example itself will prove, yes, this is the input tag, output tag, dependent, independent, and all. Okay. So these two line, third line and fourth line we have written, that is going to help you out to make your document structure as a valid document. Okay, as well as to remove the browser dependency, as well as to execute your HTML program in all the technology. Now the fifth number point we have. Fifth number point says like, when a person will open your page, you cannot guarantee in which device he will open. A person will open in the laptop, person will open in the mobile, person will open in the tab. Laptop only different size. A person will open in the projector, large screen, right? So your page can be opened by user in any of the device. Can be a small, large, or anything. Okay. So we have a word called responsive web design. Responsive web design. So responsive web design, what it represent? It represent like when you are creating your page should be in such a way, it should be sufficient, it should be suitable to work in mobile, laptop, desktop, and all the device. Users should not feel uncomfortable when they open the page in the mobile. Okay. User should feel like, yes, I open in mobile, page is fitting properly. User will open in the laptop, they should feel like, yes, it's fitting in the laptop also properly. That is called as what? Responsive web design. For that, again, we have 2 points to understand from the HTML. One point, it is called as a block level tag. And another 6th number point we have called as a inline tag. Block level tag as well as inline tag. Okay. Block level tag as well as inline tag. Inline word represent, I think you have idea in mind. Inline, what it says? Inline represent in the same line. In the same line. That is in the same line. Like suppose you display something, everything print in the same line. That is called as a inline. When we say called block word represent the new line, not in the same line. Okay, let me come to the first in website and guide you, then I will come back to the example. Okay. I open the page of the InfoCampus. After that, after opening the page, when I come down little, okay, which point to understand is, let's come to this point. Okay, this point here. You can see there is the 6 icons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as well as 6 icons. I have opened this page. Now I open this page in the laptop. So what you can do, what you can see is all the icons are, all the 6 photo plus text are printing in the same line. Because width is sufficient, 6 block will fit properly. Whenever someone want to read that, they can read it properly. So when these photos icons are coming in one line, these blocks, it's called as a inline. It's called as a inline. But when I open the same page in the mobile phone and go to the very small device, we can find these photos, what was coming in the same line, it is shifted to a new line. It is shifted to the new line. Assume if still this 6 point will come in the same line, one after other, horizontally, then what will happen? We have to scroll right, we have to scroll left to see the content. Now what happened? It just shifted to the new line. Vertically. When the screen was big size, it was coming as a horizontally in the same line. Now when become as a screen small, it's gone to the new line. So vertically shifted to the new line. Correct? When it appear in the same line horizontally, it's called as a inline. When it shifted to the new line, one after other, it's called as a block. Okay, so it is not happening automatically. Behind that, HTML is there, and on the top of that, CSS is written. CSS will find what is the screen size, and according to a screen size, the CSS will change the behavior of HTML from block to inline and inline to block according to screen size. Okay, so here you will write block level tag, meaning is what? Those tags that print in the new line by default. Those tags that print in new line by default. Those tags that print in the new line by default. That is called as a block level tag. That is called as a block level tag. Next is called as a inline tag. Those tags that print in same line by default. So many tags are there that print in the same line, and so many tags are there that print in the new line. But after implementing, only we can write few names here. Okay. Right? So hope you are written. So how many points we wrote total overall? Okay, even let me write here. Responsive design. Responsive web page design. What we will do in that? Block level tag. Block level tag. You will convert into inline, and again inline tag you will convert into block level tag using CSS, and that is called a responsive web design. Responsive web design represent according to need. You will convert the block level tag into inline, and you will convert the inline tag into block using CSS, and that will be called a responsive web design. Okay, so this 6 point what you have written, it is very important point to understand the HTML. And next we will create example, and we'll see in that whether these all 6 points are really valid or not. Okay, ready? Now come to the next part. How many things you saw and what you saw in HTML? Revise from beginning. HTML, what it says? HTML says like it has a collections of tags. Using the tag, we can create the web page. When you create the web page, what you will do in that? You will display some information to user, and you will collect some information from user. Okay. Next, after that, while creating the HTML tags, you are going to use the tags. So how the tag look like? So when we write the tag, where you write only slash, that's called the open tag. When you write tag with slash, curly angle bracket with slash, it will call it a close tag. But only this much is not sufficient, because once you look inside, you will find little more differences. Then we come to know the next point. How many types of tags we have? So based on our day-to-day example, day-to-day life, what we have browsed the internet, when we look into that our activity, we found like on website we do the input, and on website we see the output. Input, output, input, output, input, output, we'll see. So whenever you do the input, it's happened through the input tag. When you display some output, it happened through the output tag. So we found two type of tag, input category as well as output category. Now, when you look into the behavior of all the tags, which tag we have like how, then we come to know, okay, when the tag is open and close, then it's called as a dependent tag. Some example you have here. When the tag is only open with slash in the last, it's called as a dependent, independent, or self-closing tag. Open and close together. Then after that, when you created the page, then you saw, okay, my page should work in all the devices. Then 2 point came in front of you. One is called block level tag and another one is called inline tag. Block level tag is what? Those tags that always print in the new line. Inline tag is what? Those tags that always print in the same line. Okay. Now, if our requirement is something different, block level tags should come in the same line and inline tags should go to the new line, then what to do? No problem. We have a solution below. We will use the CSS and with the help of CSS, we will change the behavior of tag. From block, we can convert into inline and from inline, we'll convert into block. Okay, that 6 point we found inside, right? Now this 6 point we need to implement and we need to understand that really these 6 points are valid or not. Okay, let me ask these people. What are those 6 points? Number one, type of tag. How many type of tag? Input and output. After that, what is the third point? Dependent tag. Dependent tags are those tags that has open and close. Next point is called independent tag. Those tag that has only open and close together. Okay, that's called as a self-closing tag. Just put the slash in the last. Another point we found, block level tag. Those tags that print in the new line. Another point we found, inline tag. Those tags that print in the same line, right? It's called as a inline tag. Now, based on this, if you open any website, you will find the tag like that. Let me go to a famous website W3 that you might have gone through many times and show you maybe any line. Okay, I went here, learn HTML. When I come inside, you look into this page. HTML is open here and HTML is closing in the last. That is called as a what? Dependent. Body is open here and body is closing in the last. It's called as a dependent. H1 is open and closed, dependent. Paragraph is open and closed, dependent. Correct? So that example is available on internet. Let's come to our documentation and write our own. Okay. 1 minute. Hello. Yeah, hello. Sarah. Okay. Okay, wait for some time. We'll call you half an hour. Okay, next after that, what we have to do? We have to create a page, right? So when we are creating the page, what will be the file extension? What will be the file name? How to save? How to run? That all are the big matter. So let me go here. You will write in your file, what is the valid extension of HTML file? What are valid extension for HTML file? What are the valid extension for HTML file? When you create the Word file, you write something else. When you create the PPT file, you write something else. When you are writing the HTML, what should be the valid extension for that? So number one, we have option. We have one option where we can write .html. Another option we have where we can write .htm. L is optional. L is optional. You will ask in both which one is the best method. Both will work. This is called best for digital marketing. Digital marketing. Okay, Google understand your page quickly, it give more priority. Best for digital marketing to promote the page in Google search. Okay. Right. So whenever you create the file of HTML, what will be the file extension? .html. File name can be anything. You have to give .html. File name .html. That will be the extension of your file. Okay. Next, after that, come inside. I'll create a file called test.html to understand this, what rule regulation we have written. Okay, and after that we'll write the structure of HTML document, how that look. So let me create a file, just you see it and understand. I have written 6 point. You need to know whether this is the right or wrong. Okay, for that purpose, I'm creating a file called test.html and guide you. From tomorrow, once everyone is going to follow, I will guide you how to create the folder, where to save the file, how to run the file, how many way you can run the file, everything is right. I made a file called test.html. Now you might have seen in HTML file, different lines will come, that when I open the W3 just now, you saw it start from where? Doc type. Is written called doc type as a HTML. Okay. So doc type is also important. That is suitable for HTML5. When we are writing the code for HTML5, then we have to write that line. Which line? Doc type. Okay. That line represent in your file, there is few line belong to HTML5. Okay. Now, what is the overall reason? Let me come to this file and guide you. I will not start from doc type now. I'll start from directly HTML. Doc type, once we write HTML5 and CSS3 code, we'll write that time. I started from the HTML tag open and HTML tag is closed. So first you have written one line today. Tag is open and closed. Then what is called? Remember, if the tag is open and closed, it is called this one. You can see here, it is called as a dependent tag. It's called as a dependent tag. So HTML is open and closed. It's called as a dependent tag. Then you will ask why we write only HTML in the beginning. Why not something else? Why not high start and high end? Why not something else? Reason is behind that. Reason behind that. Okay. What is the reason behind that? When you are writing the code in this file, and after that you will run this page in the browser. When you run this page in the browser, your browser engine need to understand what code you have written inside the file. So you are writing as the first line called as HTML. You are informing to the compiler of your HTML saying like this document belong to where? HTML. This document belong to HTML. You are introducing your file yourself, saying like browser, you don't spend your very high level functionality to understand the code. I have written in the first line saying as a HTML, that meaning my document belong to where? HTML. It's an HTML document. You don't take long time to read it, read fast and execute in the browser. So the first line writing the HTML is region only one. We are informing to the browser saying like my document belong to HTML. Okay. Then it will ask if I'll not write, what will happen? If you'll not write HTML, then also your page will execute. But it will take maybe 1 millisecond extra time to understand what is this document, what is the content inside. Okay. Now let me come to the in your general day-to-day life example. Suppose you are going for an interview in a company. The company is located in the tech park. In one building, there is so many companies are there. The company are going for interview. It is available on 6th floor. It is available on 6th floor. Okay. Next, after that, when you reach to the tech park, you saw the building, but you don't know where is that office, in which floor is it. Now you go to the 3rd floor, company is not there. You go to the 4th floor, company is not there. After some time, you come to know company is on the which floor? 6th floor. Suppose in beginning itself, when you are trying to enter under the lift, or at the lift door, if some kind of panel is displayed, XYZ company on 6th floor, what will happen? You will not spend a lot of time. Directly you will go to where? 6th floor. Overall, it is going to save your time. Similar way, when you execute the HTML page, it's a matter of time. How long it takes to execute? 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds is the maximum time duration. Your page should not take more than 2 seconds time to execute. Old standard was 4 seconds and 6 seconds. But now it's gone reduced to how much? 2 seconds and 2.5 seconds. Even less than that. That 2.5 seconds is the maximum duration. When someone will type your website and enter, it should not take more than 2.5 seconds to execute. More than 2.5 seconds means your page is not well designed. Understood? So that for that purpose, you are writing the code inside your browser, HTML file, and you are informing to your compiler saying like the particular file, the code what I have written, I am running it belongs to where? HTML. So your browser will not take long time to execute it. Now let's look at the next line. HTML, where it start and where it end, it's called as a document. Where HTML start and where end, it's called as a document. Okay. Once we come in JavaScript, we'll come to know document is a name of a class. What is that? Again, further matter to understand. Now, under this HTML, where is a start, where to end, the document will divide into 2 parts. One is called head section, and another one is called as a body section, head and body. Now under head, what we are going to do? We have to make a note. Under body, what we are going to do? We will make a note. Let me come to the body. Till now, how many tags I wrote? HTML, head and body. 3 tags I wrote. Okay. 3 tags I wrote. In that 3 tags, you can see all are open and close. All tags are open and close. So that becomes a what? If the tag is open and closed, it's called as a dependent tag. If the tag is open and closed, it's become a dependent tag. Now let me come inside this and write one more line, H1, that you may have seen anywhere. Heading 1. And one more time I'll write here. Heading 1. So the same tag I use how many times? 2 times. Open close is there, open close is there. It represents as a dependent tag. Now, once we run the page, then we'll come to know whether it is the block or inline. Whether it is printing in the same line or printing in the new line. If print in the new line, then it's called a block level. If print in the same line, then it's called a inline. Let me go here and run this page. When I run this page, see, heading 1 is one line and heading another one is another line. Both are printing in the new line. Still there is a lot of space after first line. After first line, you can see there is a huge space, right? But this heading's second line is unable to fit here. Reason is what? The behavior of tag is not as a inline, it is as a block. Okay, 1 minute. It is not as a inline. When? How? What column? Yes. Today or yesterday? But you came, you were sitting there, yeah? Or we left from the bus, very relaxed. You left here, sure? Yes. I have written here. The mistake fell down from here. Take there, here is there. Okay. Now let us see. So when I run this file, we can see both are printing in the new line. So 2 point is clear for you, I hope. Number 1, what is the dependent tab? Open and close. And number 2, what is the block level tag? That print in the new line. You can see here. It is printing in the new line. That's called as a block level. And if the tag is open and closed, then it's called as a dependent tag. In developer guide also you have written dependent tag if tag is open and closed. And next we have here called block level tag, those tag that print in the new line by default. Next, I'll come to the code again and I'll write the next line. Next line, I'll create 2 text boxes. Let me write here, enter name. Enter name. Input type equal to text. Let me write one more. Enter mobile number. Input type equal to number. Compare the first 2 and compare last 2. First 2 you can see separate open and close. These 2 you can see input. There is no separate closing. Thus just slash is added in the last. So it is called as a self-closing. Open and close together. Independent tag. Whereas this is called as a dependent tag. Next, after that, when I run the page, then we'll come to know these 2 are printing in the same line or it is going to print in the new line. Correct? So what we saw, both are called as a independent. Open close is together. Let me go to the browser. Both are printing in the same line. So when the tag will print in the same line, what is called? Inline. Inline. When the tag print in the same line, it's called as inline. When the tag print in the new line, that's called as a block. So here, this is called as a block. This is called as a block. But this is called as a inline. Now, these 2 are printing the output. It's called as an output tag. This is asking the input. So it's called as a input tag, right? So how many tags we have? We have 2 types of tag. One that display the output. Another one is that take the input. So where you are displaying something, that becomes an output tag. Where you are asking something, that's called as an input tag. In input tag also there is a two I have written purposefully. This is especially for text purpose. And this is for text, not text. This is only for the number purpose. It will take only number. It will not take the text. So input type is different. One is the number, one is called text, right? So how many total points was there in our line, in our developer line? We have two type of tag, input and output, that we saw here. Yes, the tag is input as well as output. Another you saw, tag is dependent and independent. You can see wherever you have open, separate, open and close, that is called dependent. And where you have open and close together, it is called as a independent, right? So input, output, dependent and independent. After that, what is next? Block and inline. H1 and H1 I have written two times. When we look into the page, it is printing the new line. It's called a block level tag. And this both are printing in the same line. It's called a inline. Only 6 point we have written. 6 point we have written here. Input tag and output tag. Another one is dependent tag as well as independent tag. Another one is called block level tag as well as inline tag. Your whatever the tags you are going to study in HTML4, HTML5, okay, those all the tags are going to come under this control only. Whichever the tag you open from anywhere, it will come under these 6 categories, right? Whether you have to take the input or you have to display the output. Whether the tag will be printing in the same line or it will print in the new line. Tag will be open close together or maybe only open and separate close. Okay, this is the main fundamental of your which one? HTML tags. Next matter is how to implement. Okay, and what are the tags are there? See, this is the behavior of and category and nature of the tags. Now there is a unlimited tags. So whenever you write a tag, if it is open and close, then it's called a dependent. If it is only open, call it a independent. If it print in the new line, then block. Print in the same line, inline. If display the output, output tag. If take the input, input tag. Okay. Now how many tags are there that we have listed? Next. But all are under these 6 categories only. Learn from anywhere, W3 or where anywhere you learn, everywhere you will find this 6 type of behavior. If you remember it. Okay, if you remember it, right? So hope clear? Clear or not clear? Yes, no in the chat. See, first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, first 10 classes, I have to speak a lot. I have to give so many scenario to bring you on the track. You should understand what is that particular technology. Once you start understanding the technology, then I will ask you to run with the 10 kilometer speed and you will start running with a 15 kilometer speed. Why? Because you will get some idea, right? Until unless idea is not there, you are on different track. It's very difficult to bring on the common track. Convincing the technology, CS people, IS people, mechanical people, triple E people, BCom people, ICom people, all combinations are there, no? Now multiple brain forcefully convincing systematically with example and theory example should match. You should remember also something. It should look like interesting also. It should not be overload. Clear or not? Then only you will feel like, oh, look like meaningful. Correct? And that is not easy task to bring you and make you understand and to bring you on the track. Difficult work. Okay. So even I have to remember what I am speaking, is that reaching to the audience or not? What I spoke previous and now, is it connecting or not? If it is connecting through example, really it is right or wrong. Correct? So those all are the matter. If you combine all together, then only it's college teaching. Hold on. Okay, next after that, what we require is you need a system. So whoever are joining online, did they have everyone have the laptop or how is it? System desktop you have or not? You have system anything? Hmm? No, today is not required. It's required from tomorrow. Okay, so even I have told yesterday, today's system is not required. From tomorrow, system is required. You have system, right? Okay. So system will be required, whether laptop, desktop, anything, but required. Okay, because your final, what is the destination? Not to be a lecturer. The final destination is a developer. And to be a developer, you have to write the code. Okay, and market strategy is changed. The way of hiring was 10 years, 8 years before is different. Now the way of hiring is different. People don't know who are you. They will not speak with you, HR and team. They will give directly homework. They'll take your profile email ID from InfoCampus and directly send you some homework. Do that, submit it. If it is matching with the requirement, then next telephonic round. Okay, so what is that? The way of hiring is different. 7-8 years before, first face to face, then written, then face to face. After that, technical, one more, then machine round, final HR. But now, first HR itself, someone will call, talk something. And after that, give some homework. Do it, submit it. Technical people will look into that. If you are okay, if you have done something, then the technical people will speak you and next face-to-face round or anything. If you are not able to do one machine, then no need to talk. Why to waste the time? Correct? Theory also start from high to low. 5 years before, question was from low to high. First from HTML, then CSS, then JavaScript, then further next. Now first question from React itself. First React or Angular or something JavaScript. If you are able to answer, then some question from CSS. If you are able to answer, then some question from HTML. Descending order. Earlier it was ascending order. Now it is descending order. Okay. So make system available. Right. I will guide you each and everything, how to write the file, where to write, how to run. Before giving the homework, I will make you ready to do the homework. Then only I'll give the homework. So within 5 classes, I'll make you ready to write the code. And from 6th class onwards, definitely you will start doing the homework. Okay. So for that, from first day in the sense from tomorrow, system is required. Okay. I will guide creation of folder, creating the file, how to run, how many way you can run. Okay. When error will come, I'll guide you online, offline, everything. No matter, no need to worry on that point. Just assets is required. Good internet speed, proper mobile, proper laptop, system, desktop, anything, right? And then you join from any part of the world, no problem. Happily you will understand it. Okay. In between login, logout will happen. Disconnection will happen. 1 day not joined, 3 days absent, will not happen. Huh? No, HTML, CSS, no need of super fast. It's a slow system is okay. It will work. Okay. Remove unnecessary movie, audio, video and all. Wallpaper, delete everything that is not required. Delete all software that you are not using. You might have installed Oracle, everything you have installed. Those all are not required. Remove all. Okay. System, plain system with one editor, one browser, that's all. Till JavaScript, that is sufficient. After JavaScript, we need something, then we can install. Okay, clear? So please get your system ready and install this. Which one? System is required. In the system, install this VS Code editor. VS Code editor you install, correct? This editor we are going to follow always. From today to till end of the syllabus. Okay, everything will write in VS Code editor. Okay, it has every facility, live server and all, many things are there. Okay, through this VS Code editor, we will be writing all our code. Okay, so VS Code editor, install it. VS Code editor, install. Do installation today only. Don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow, once we log in, we'll start from the folder creation. Create the folder, create the file, and start writing the code and run the page. Okay, and then write the theory. First, what topic we have? What's one line notes? Then create example, run it. Then come to the developer guide, make a note. Again, go to the next example, write it, run it. Then come back to the developer guide, write them. Okay, that is the way we will be learning. Okay, right? So clear. So today 6 point what we have learned, remember it, and then we'll log in again tomorrow. And from tomorrow we will start writing the examples. And exact from tomorrow, you will write 4 days nearly. You will attend the classes, and then I'll give you the assignment. Okay, from 5th day, 6th day, people start doing the assignment automatically. Okay, homework. Same Zoom link, you can use it.